profit of that.
Alright, ball's going up.
Alrighty. Welcome to the commentary box, Petey Roenfeld.
Yep. It's alright.
Always a pleasure to have you here in the box, Petey.
Yeah, morning Damo, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Very well today.
Should I say night? There's a nice little shot from Peachy. Come back, got a bit of the sniffles today, so might have a bit of a froggy voice.
That's alright.
Alright. Well,
Well controlled by Dave Kennedy there.
David liked the foul, but the ref says no. Looking very happy. It's like a friendly game to start with. Mike with a nice little airball there. Maybe he had a bit too much on the piss the other night.
He's only human.
Whoa! Settle down, Turbo. That was a bit of a bit of stuff to the appetite. Dave, nice little block by the blue man. And Turbo comes down the court and puts a nice little layup in. Alright, the big fellas are yet to go on the scoreboard. And they're not going to go on for a fair while. Hey Dan, can you do me a favour and get me some my pants, because I'm a bit nippy. They're in my bag. Oh, sorry, that was a foul there, and the ref has signalled bunny ears. So D to the line for bunny ears. In fact,
don't need
Damo,
to see the ring there. We can tell by Dion's body language. That was
I'd go to say that Dion Sav is like a rabbit. It's in and out of holes all the time. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, that's what we hear.
Alright, just need to get warm. I'm putting on. Oh God, warm.
Dorian fails to complete the free throw.
Alright, and they're off down the court. Let's get into this, huh?
Petey Roenfeld very much happier now that he's got a pair of pants on.
That's right, Rich tripped over the line and Richie shooting down the court. And it's another turnover. Dion with the nice little layup. What's that for?
Richie to D. Congratulating the troops.
Oh
there.
God, there's another one. I think I had a bit too much to drink last night.
Nothing wrong with that, Petey. As long as you don't poo your pants.
And his name is Chris Russell. He got a nice little three there. The big fellas are down. Kennedy, aka that is missed. Mike with the nice little boards and misses the layup too.
Nice piece of athleticism there by Mike.
Yeah, but he still should have finished.
He should have. Failed to complete it.
Paichi decides to throw it off. That was a good play by Owen, wouldn't you agree? Decided to throw it off the guy's.
Performer.
He was surrounded by players and he decided to throw it off the guy's foot just so they could get the ball back.
It's quite clever. Been playing the game for a long time.
He has. He's a thinker. That's what we like to see.
Plays more tricks with a ball than a monkey does with a piece of rope. There we have Dave picking up the crumbs there. Failing to pick it up. There's another lost opportunity for big fellas, which they may rue later.
It's alright. Kennedy with the big boards.
Diamond Dave, they call him, back home.
Yep.
Back home in South Bank.
Well, Bear's not in this game, and Dave's decided to tread up on the boards, which is what we like to see. Bit of aggression already, nice and early in the game. Sticks his elbows out. Tough competitor.
Has been warned not to charge the referee because of Bear's ensuing 20-week suspension. Has been officially told, crash the boards, but not the referees.
That's right.
Being come down on very harshly of late in the AFL, and the EDFL, no different.
Exactly right. And poor old Bear, the rest gave him a 20-week suspension for taking his ball, wanting to go home. The game hadn't finished and the refs didn't really appreciate that.
That's right.
So he's out for 20 weeks, the poor fella.
Fortunately for Bear, he's not actually aware that he's missing it because he's currently smoking dope. He decided the best way to serve out the suspension would be in a purple haze.
Exactly.
And Big Sammy, playing video games over in America, says he can't blame him. Nice bit of desperation shown there by Dion.
And a nice little pass by Richie.
And by Peachy.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Extremely well played there.
We have a quick score check there, Petey.
Yep, the score is light, which is the big fellas are 5 to 8 points right now.
And we're down.
Exactly.
Another
Peachy
miss
with the
there,
big boards. Dion decides to throw it to the man. That is exceptionally good pass for the other team, that is. We're still yet to see.
Nice block there by Mike.
Bit off his game, young D, because we're still yet to see his symbols of the old Mr. Marbles. Big fellas,
turnover there.
big fellas decide to take a liking to passing the ball to the opposition.
They are friends with the boys. Played a long time with them in the playground. Finding it hard to make the transition to opposition. A Piach with the outlay. Ooh.
Oh.
And I think Mike's pretty happy to get that call.
Yeah. And the other guy said truck, I believe.
I think he did. Of
Truck.
the 5 variety.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more of the...
And the second shot being made there.
Sorry about that. Did say I had a cold. Dion decides to go for the steal. Ooh. Just missed. Passes back and chops from Richard. And he cops the ball in the back from it as well. Rich isn't happy. He,
There we go. See, there's nothing yet.
and we're back.
Rejoining the action again as the Stonkers
Giving
the free throw.
well, they're still ahead. 11-6.
That's a
Dion
lovely
with a
shot
nice
by D.
3. We're
Finds
still
the
waiting
range.
for his little Mr. Marble symbol.
So having a bit of trouble focusing there.
Missing
Nice
young
ball
D.
by Richie.
Rich,
And
another
another
shocking
turnover.
pass.
Rich likes to call it the
It's on.
Scandinavian assist. Nearly dishes another one to Dion.
And Owen decides that the ring is the green thing.
Speaking of Owen, I think one of the popular segments in the PD coverage here is to be a following the player. So why don't we choose to have a look at Owen Peach?
Yes, well, if we're looking at Owen Peach right now, you'll notice that he's got a nice little blonde bit at the front of his head. And that's because Owen is setting a new fashion trend, we can see. Instead of having the mullet at the back, Owen wants a mullet at the front. So he's starting to grow a little mullet at the front. He's even got a little mullet at the back if you look closely at him. And that's what we like to see. Oh, just from the box, we've just heard that the scores are tied. So maybe I should shut my cake hole and start concentrating on the game a little bit, I think.
There we are. We've just figured out a technical glitch. The camera will now focus. So, presumably Dion's been doing some manual focusing.
And Peachy pulls down the strong boards and decides to put the ball
Nice
in the ring.
completion there,
That's what
Owen.
we like to see.
Just getting another grab of Owen there with the blind spot that Petey was talking about. Unable to grab that before. As you can see, some people never getting out of the stage where their mothers cut their hair for them.
No, exactly, that's right.
I must admit my brother cuts my hair, so I'm not giving you shit, Owie. It's a sign of respect.
It's a good little fashion trim, mullet at the front and the back, I think. And there's a foul right now.
We might do a follow here, a bit of a strange segment, a follow on the referee.
Yeah.
One of the colourful characters of the game. Doesn't
That's
get paid
right.
enough anymore, and this is the year of the official.
Exactly
Follow
right.
This referee. First thing worth mentioning is the shirt that these fellas wear.
Exactly. I think they were trying to make them look like zebras. Really, wouldn't you agree?
The union was complaining that the referees are being run into too often,
Yeah.
and one of the techniques the refs have decided to use is to grow a mustache and to wear the stripy zebra shirt.
The zebra shirt, that's right.
Has reduced amounts of collisions.
You know?
Thanks, Richie. Richie said, that's alright, mate. You lose the refs there. And fortunately, because of the shirt colouring, we're able to pick them up again.
Exactly. And you can notice, the mustache kind of acts like a tail, like the zebra's ass. If you know what I mean? It's a bit of fluff there. And
also
the ref is almost making a statement that his face looks like a zebra's asshole, and that's what we like to see.
And as indicated by, usually we have the captain on the court. No different for the referees, of course. The player sporting the broader mustache is nominated court captain. And
Exactly.
as such, is the senior authority on the court.
Yep. Exactly right.
I think that's enough ref talk for now.
Rich,
Very nice
strong move
cut
in
in
the
there.
post and a strong miss as well.
Not sure if Rich was the intended target there, but did go on to score handsomely down the other end of the court. You have the quick dish. Dion will step back, take a turnaround jump shot. Not today. But Richie does and completes the play. Very nice shooting, Richard Dorian.
You get blood in your joint that can cause damage. Yep. Oh, and another three.
The answer straight back as the big fellas.
The big fellas are
Reeling
16
here.
and the other team are
It's opened up
22.
a 6-point
22.
lead to the Stompers.
And
Dion
a nice
with a
little
very
jump
nice
shot. You hear the nice little swoosh there, which is the sound of the net when the basketball goes in the hole and doesn't touch the ring, of course.
That's right.
And Richard has done yet another turnover.
And Dion fortunately recovers the ball.
And misses, but
Does
that's all
not
right.
finish.
Charging down the court. And
nice
a
pick
nice
by
little
Rich.
steal.
Getting back one of the captain clangers that he's been producing all evening.
Well, Richard with his little headband, we sometimes call him Turbo. When he gets a bit fired up, you often hear the expression, "Oh, slow down, Turbo." That's what we like to say to Rich sometimes. Sometimes he's a bit zippy for his own good.
That's a nice
And a nice
score.
little layup.
There's Richie.
So the scores are 18 to 24. And Dion, we're still waiting for the Mr. Marble symbol. Or the
And that's a nice shot.
other nice one is the kiss of the bicep. We like
We'll
to
have
see
to try
from
and
Big D.
entice the players to perform a few acts of stupidity for us.
They're looking a bit dull out there.
Bit of a lack of it. Not a lot of action out there on the court.
Well, that's right.
Might have to get some inspiration there from the bench.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they don't have one.
Rich decides to take it himself.
We got a good look at that.
And look at that. The refs
Richard will be
decide to
happy.
punch a fist in the air.
We'll see if we can get a reaction there demonstrating Richard's Logie style acting, which he's become famous for.
Did you notice a nice little martial arts move by the ref afterwards?
No,
The
I missed
famous
that.
punch
Sorry,
in the
Petey.
air. They did it at exactly the same time. It was very well synchronised, should we say. Just like swimming, synchronised swimming.
I think you'll find if we get a look back there at Petey, at Richie, you'll find he did give away a bit of a grin to his old mate Dion. So Richard quite aware that there was a bit of acting there. Nice block there by Owie. But as they say, easy come,
And
easy go.
As we can see, Rich is no stranger to the mat.
Tries to get it straight back again down the court. But Russ says no. Richie piping up. See if we can get a better shot of him there. Watch his jaw moving.
And it never stops, some
There
would
it
say,
is.
on the basketball court.
It doesn't.
Young Richard, turbo talker.
Has been known to pipe up occasionally.
Exactly.
Occasional tech foul. Tells the refs how much they do not know.
And how much he obviously knows.
They call him the basketball brain back in the south.
Diamond Dave.
Diamond Dave cannot convert.
Big O.
But Platinum Piach gets a response.
But decides
and
to do a
gets another
silly
clanger.
pass.
Brings the clanger count up to 7 to the big fellas and only 1 to the Stompers. Chris Russell with the dish.
And a
That's a
nice little
beautiful
steal
steal.
from D. Will
Well
we see the kiss
completed.
of the biceps? No, he didn't hear me, unfortunately. I'm still waiting for it. But unfortunately, I will not get it.
Well, perhaps not this time down the court as Michael completes a nice rebound. Oh, we have a drop there. And Richard picking up the block. His 9th personal.
I think the rest didn't like it then because Richard didn't go to the mat.
No, I can't blame them. It's pretty boring watching someone do a foul like that. He knew it was bad defense right from the start. And gave it away with the grin on his face.
Scores are 28
Nice
to 20.
dish.
The big fellas are down by 8 just after that 3.
I think we need Diamond Dave to pepper a few threes up there.
Exactly.
Let's see if he can get himself open. Doing a bit of a follow spot on Diamond Dave here.
And a nice little move by D.
Dion completes 2 points.
And he's playing well, the young D, this time. Scoring a few points. But we're still yet to see acts of stupidity.
That's
Which
correct.
is normally a common occurrence when Dion is playing on any team.
His pants have remained up for the whole time, which we may see change in the second half. And we go for the big swat. Gets scored on, then promptly tapped on the back by the offending scorer. And he's not happy. Those lanky arms flailing everywhere. Richie in the high post. He loves it up
Richie
there.
decides
Good
to try
follow-up
and...
effort.
I think...
You can follow Rich here. As you know, when he goes down on his ass, something always ensues. This time, no exception. We'll see a bit of anger here, no doubt. Richie does not disappoint. You catch back up for the quick juice. Dion misses. And the shot
and...
to end the half.
Oh, and it's just missed.
No go.
So,
Pretty strange game of basketball here.
it is.
Not a lot of emotion shown on the court.
No, it's not. They have faces like cows, I would say.
Diamond Dave giving very little away
Faces like cows.
as he sips
Look at
on the old water bottle.
No expressions. All of them just faces like cows. If we can get Rich to turn around for us.
Just get a shot
Will
of
Rich
Richie
turn
there.
around for us? Turn around, Rich, and show us your
Richie
cow
will turn
face.
us around. Not happy there. You did get a nice charge call there, Richie. How do you feel about that? Not too bad, says Richie in a Shakespeare-esque response that a footballing coach would be proud of.
And young Rich got a face that only a mother could love, but that's all right. We still love him.
Because ironically enough, there she is. The lady they could say is the only one who could love Richie.
Doing some nice little facial expressions.
And there we go, Richie.
There we go.
There's Mum.
Decides
Happy
to
Mother's Day, Helen.
Decides to have a drink for her eye. Drinks for her
We
eye.
got a show here for the camera.
Some would say she's a strange woman. Drinking in her eyes, but how could you not love her? Huh?
We've been told by Rich that Helen found his marijuana supply today. Her eyes have been a little bit scratchy, aka the murine drops going in there. There we go, another one.
Having another drink for
How
the
many
other
drips
eye.
there? That's one. How many spliffs did we have today? Easing back. Maybe 2. Was there 2? Come on, give us something. Come on. No more. No.
No more.
No joy there. Thanks for that, Helen. That was marvellous. So you zoom back here to rejoin the action over here.
It's half time and the big fellas are down by
Lovely
10
call.
points. They have to lift their game and start picking it up a bit more on defence. Maybe they should try a man.
It's probably not a bad idea, Petey. You think they should go to the man defence?
It seems every time I commentate they seem to lose.
There we go. There's a nice shot by young Kurza.
Was it by Kurza?
It was.
Was it by his younger brother?
You can tell by the action
Oh,
lying on the ground.
I'm used to calling you Kurza.
I think he enjoyed that very much, as we'll see him there again.
And he's
Obviously
gone.
Quite practiced at that. And there's Tim Dorian, complete with backwards baseball cap and shorts that Manute Bowl would be proud of. Thanks, Tim. Finding out who Mr. Marbles really is this week. Here we go to rejoin the action. Up for the jump ball, Owen Piach.
Alright.
The even odds favourite, Owen Peach, wins the ball. And a 3-pointer by Mike. Doesn't happen to go this time.
So we're off again.
Looking for the pick.
Bit of action from the big fellas. Wouldn't go astray. And Paichi. No one can get over those arms.
A Piach.
He's a tough man to shoot over, young Paichi.
And Mike puts
And
up
Mike
the
decides
shot.
to...
Beautifully done.
And the ref has decided to point to the ground, which means that he doesn't get those points. So, bit of
There
bad
we
luck
are.
for the young Mike.
Gets a chance to hit a straight back.
Yep.
Diamond Dave with the out-of-court tap. He's happy with that decision.
It's a zebra man, Mushy the mustache.
Richard
Making a
Dorian
few bad
spotting up
calls.
for the 3. Won't be too happy about that. Dion.
Dion.
Nice kick-off. Take the shot. Take the shot. You've just earned it.
No,
And he
gives
doesn't.
it off and
He doesn't.
chops.
There we
Chops
are.
is the call from the ref.
As you can see, big fella's ball.
Off to Richie. Pass to Paige. To Diamond Dave.
Diamond Dave. Ooh,
To Mike.
nice
And a
look
nice little
inside to
fade.
Mike.
Big O.
Mike up nicely. OE, relentless. Loses the ball.
We need a bit of action now from the big fellas. They've decided to take my advice and go to a man. And tight D from the big fellas.
That's a brave shot. Doesn't make it go. Rejoin the action. There's an important piece of commentary. Special comments from a man we all like to call the arsehole. Thanks, Petey. That's lovely.
It's alright.
Making the whole seat shake there. It's a bit of a tiff here. Somebody not happy about that. Mike finds
And-
Richie. Richie turns around.
And misses.
Has the not so open shot. Takes it. Dion.
Dion,
rebound.
Diamond Dave,
Diamond
Peachy.
Dave. Piatch with the tricky arm dish. If I could, I'd have another look
Peachy.
at that on the replay. Fires one in for another one for Clanger. And 2 points to
2 points for the blue team. And they're up by
2
12
points to
now.
the man they like to call the honorary big fella. Apparently ploughs an acre every day on his hands and knees. No score for the big fellas.
No score again. The big fellas are struggling to score this half. And another turnover. Can't see
Kicks it
enough.
off there. That is not good.
And young Rich decides to make a little step on the basketball court. And that's 4 fouls on the young Turbo.
4 fouls, just down on his weekly average of 9. That's a nice shot there by the young lad.
And it's a
Timeout is
timeout.
called by White. Now, Petey. Not a lot happening for the big fellas there.
No, it's a bit of a dull game actually. They're not laughing, they're not smiling, and it's probably because they're down and having a bit of a pathetic game, you could say.
Oh, it's a shithouse performance. Shithouse.
Not
Just letting the players know there.
not very
what
good.
The commentary team feel.
We'd like a bit of action, you know.
We
Something.
would. If they're not gonna win the game, you'd at least like to see some antics.
Yeah.
And
Maybe-
there's many people out there capable of providing that.
Maybe if they score a goal, they could do like what the soccer players sometimes do and
That's not a bad idea.
dance around, maybe do the old bum sniffing technique where they all get in line of a
I think
choo-choo
that- I
train
think
and
Could
crawl
suggest
along
that
the
to players.
sideline.
Not a bad idea, Petey. You can't help but feel that as soon as the camera's on, they go to water.
Exactly.
We get to see big fellas win. Although in the overall career, probably 7 or 8 seasons, they're probably over 50%, but they're not showing that since we've started this coverage.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's rejoin the action.
Let's rejoin the action and hopefully we will get some action this time. Alright. Young Peachy comes charging down the court.
Finds the,
Throws to Mr. Marbles. Mr. Marbles across the top of the key. Dribble, shoots a 3 and money cash.
Beautifully done.
Very nice shot there.
It's always a good option.
Can always tell when Dion's going to shoot because he likes to poke his ass out first. And obviously I'm the only one that likes to pick that up. So,
Well, there's obviously fringe benefits to that in the
Yeah.
Melbourne Tigers change rooms.
some could say that if Dion bent over, I would drive him home. It's a lovely ass.
That's a
And a
beautiful
nice little
play
move
there.
by Richie.
Nice round the back pass to the running Peach.
And his
Hands it off to Richie.
teammates all decide to give him a golfer's clap for it, which is very nice.
That's probably one of their problems, I think, Petey.
Yep.
After such a scoring drought, they should probably afford more of an applause to their scoring players.
Exactly.
Probably
Richie.
a bit of a kiss or a lick wouldn't go astray.
And that is 3.
A nice
Mike
one
with
by
a nice
Mike.
3 there.
Hoping the big fellas do not adopt the congratulatory policy being tossed around by the board. As we see the big fella's defensive stance. It's called the semi-Warrandyte
Rich.
zone defense.
Rich is getting scored on a few too many
doesn't
times
work.
there.
Young Richie. Taken off the bench.
Rich with
takes
a
the
3
shot.
and
That's
answers.
nice. He'll be happy about that. Well done, Richard.
Rich answers with a nice little 3 there.
Probably time to
After
get a
getting
bit of a
scored
follow
on.
on Richie, I think.
Yep.
He's in the on-fire category.
You can see Richie shooting very well, but his defense seems to lack the panache that what he normally has. He used to have Eagles wings
He
when I used to
have
watch
the
him.
Eagles wings.
he
Now
used
all
to
we're getting is the duck waddle.
Exactly. Exactly. The old duck wobble with the wings tucked in.
Yeah, young Richie going to the first option yet
And
again.
it's another 3 from Mike. But Richie, he's got a nice little run, a nice little jog. He's slowed down a bit because he's on a couple of fouls.
Zoom back there. Ends up with the ball in his hands again.
And as you can see, the big fellas are only down by 4 points now.
And Mike dishes to the open Dion. Will shoot this if he gets the chance. Not being given a lot of love by the Chonkers.
And bit of slack D
that is
from
a
Rich.
very nice play.
So
He
nice
only
move,
had
but
to
it was
beat
slack,
4 of them.
slack D from the big fellas there.
There's Richie.
All
Finds
4 of them
Owie.
couldn't even stop him.
Owen
And
draws the
Peachy
foul.
decides to make love to Russ on the court.
Owen going for the professional approach. Realises there's not a lot of points in doing anything else. And there we have another timeout.
So they're only down by 6 now. 10 minutes to go. They're still in it. They've still got a good chance.
Mike,
Yeah, they're finally picking up.
couple of 3-pointers there.
Yeah.
Mike, Richie.
We're still yet to see
Dion.
Dion's favourite sign, the kiss of the bicep or the old Mr. Marbles down the court. But
Excellent.
Dion says it'll come, so that's great.
And we've also heard criticism
If
of
you-
not enough celebration after scoring.
That's right. We'd like a bit of action after the scoring, but that's all right.
I think they've heard us and we'll take it on board if they want
That's
some
great.
comedic value. As they know, it's always worth putting in a bit of fun so that when they're watching it later, they've got something to look forward to show their mums.
Instead of listening to my humble little voice talking or your voice talking all the time.
Because to be honest, we've both probably got what to be considered verbal diarrhea.
Yeah.
By sheer nature of the event, can't be interesting the whole time. We try our best, and when players wear socks like that, it does make it easier. But not everybody does. So, thank you, Mr. Marbles Cursor, and you're out. There we
And
are.
nicely done. Straight back to the game.
The inbounds pass to Richie, to Dion. Dion's looking up
Dion.
at the options. There's not a lot of movement. A little
Peachy
bit stagnant.
does the old Duncan. Look at the Duncan move. Straight in, dunks on him. Peachy pulls down the big boards.
Dumper Duncan gets his own board.
We're looking for a dunk from Peachy, but he not that time.
Nice rebound there by Mike.
That's what you could call it.
Owen with the
Peachy.
unconfident dribble.
Peachy wasn't a happy man and decides to
Didn't
shove.
enjoy that.
No, he decides to shove the other player to the ground.
Not sure if the other player was
didn't like
actually
it.
completely still-footed then.
No, but Owen decided to give him a friendly little push to the ground and say, "Get out my way. I'm the big fat sumo."
Owen, of course, not very happy. He only
No.
weighs 16 kilograms and suggesting to the ref that it's physically impossible that he knocked over that boy. And that's
And
a
a
nice
nice
pick.
little tap.
And Owie fails to pick up the ball.
Oh,
Richie getting in there. There we are. There's a lot of anger there. Giving us something to work with.
and there is a bit of
Thanks,
anger from the
boys.
sideline, which is what we like to hear.
And Owie with the
Peachy.
slapping defense. Not happy there.
Not
Throws
happy,
ball
the
at
big fellas. They're
referee.
picking up the intensity a little bit.
And it's good for everyone, isn't it, Petey?
It is.
As long as they don't throw the ball at the referee
bit
with a
more of a
mustache,
tighter
they
game.
get away with it every time.
Exactly.
Now, it's possible that came off Dion's foot, not picked up by the ref,
And
and nobody is off to the races.
Peachy's still yet to join the action.
There we are, Richie, open shot. If you don't take that, you're kidding yourself. Into Dave.
Dave with a
with
nice
the
little finger
unconventional
roll.
scoop, aka the
But
Peter's
missed.
ice cream.
And it's nice ice cream, but I prefer Sara Lee, thanks very much.
You prefer Sarah Lee. Is that fat girl who has rabbit ears?
Which one? Where? No, I don't think that's her name, Damo. In fact, I
not
can't
Sara
even
Lee.
remember her name.
Well, I probably shouldn't say fat. There, a bit of anger.
And
There we
Dave!
go, come on.
Good little action. Another
Come on.
another one would be great. Weak is called from the sideline.
The two are too good friends to punch
Yeah.
each other.
Peachy's not a happy man. He used to ref the
Controversy
game.
Here.
And
Actually had a quiz out with Richard Dorian the other day as to who knows more about the game.
yeah, be very interesting.
Bit of a furore there.
Peachy decides to let his emotions run a bit wild there, as he always does. But it's alright. Peachy knows best, and that's the main thing.
And that's a nice move.
But doesn't
go
finish.
though. Justice prevails.
As they say, the good guys always win, and we hope that does happen here today.
And Richie with the Sarah Marie scoop.
Charge
And
there,
Owie
but no call.
Showing his 16 kilogram mass plummeting to the ground. As we all know in physics, V1 equals V2, and Owen goes flying. Yeah, Dion with a bit of fancy dribbling.
And chops.
Not sure if he
Bit of
meant that
fancy.
off the foot piece. And off to get his own ball. Richie finds Dion. Down in the baseline.
Nice
Owen
move
Peach
by
with a very
Peachy
nice
there.
move. It's well cut. Could see Dion was running into a bit of a wall there. Did draw the double team.
And it was a
Found the
nice
open
little finish
lane
off by Peachy.
and went on to score handsomely. The D-grade defence almost prevailing.
And Richie charging down the court.
And the magic finish there by
And
Dion.
a nice little move by young Mr. Marbles there. But we're still yet to see any action.
Did
Dion is
call
pointing.
And
Pointing
yes,
to O. He knew
Chris
exactly
Russell
what
not
the
happy.
big O would do there. Pointed to the ground and said, "You stand there, Owen, and you will get the ball." And it was exactly right.
And Michael looks to drive in there. That is nicely done. He's very unlucky there.
Only down by 5 points, 40 to 45. And
another miss, so we're probably even there with Mike's miss.
and a bad little
almost another
pass. Should
clanger.
have probably gone down to Mike there, but that's all right. Tapped it out.
Slows the ball down. Richie open, will take the shot. Can't complete the shot.
And with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go on the clock, scores are still 40 to 45. Big fellas are down. So
Yeah, much more interesting affair.
they're going to work it around now.